Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the GM. It is your guy Boulanger. Up next on the GM, we're going to be discussing what have we learned this far through the Baltimore Ravens 2023 training camp. Do me a quick favor, hit like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you get updates when we upload new content. Let's go. So, what have we learned? Well, we are basically at the midpoint of everything, kind of at the intersection. We're roughly 21 days into training camp, and after we get done with week two's game on Monday night, we'll be more than halfway done with training camp. We're 21 days from the start of the regular season. We have 11 days left in this month and 10 days in September before the season kicks off. So there's a lot of things that have happened this week and this training camp for the Baltimore Ravens. And so I think there's three main things that we've learned. Over the course of 3 weeks with 3 weeks left to go. Okay. One of the main things I think that we've learned, that I've learned, is that injuries are unavoidable. At this point, it doesn't really matter who your training staff is. Your training staff is going to teach and train and educate on how to keep the body healthy. But because we're humans and we have frailty, we're going to get injured. Case in point, Marlon Humphrey having a lingering foot issue had surgery this week. Tyler Huntley has had a lingering, I think his issue is his arm or shoulder or something, but it had been lingering. He's been out the last couple of days of practice. Tyus Bowser has had a lingering injury all the way back from the end of OTAs. He's been out the entire training camp. Pepe Williams has not been able to get healthy and stay healthy. He's been out. Arthur Millette comes in, has a good day of practice. He goes out. David Ajabo has been in and out of training camp, but he's been mostly in this past week. But he's been out. So what we know for sure is that injuries are going to happen, and I think the reality is it's going to be how your roster is built to how a team can sustain a level of success until the starters and main players get back. So that's the first thing I've learned. And it's not that I didn't know it, but I know, like, as a Ravens fan, we were all there in 2021 when everybody got injured. We were there in 2022 when Ronnie Stanley wasn't 100% to start the season. J.K. Dobbins wasn't 100%. Gus Edwards wasn't 100%. Lamar Jackson goes down during that season. Marcus Williams, newly signed, he goes down during that season. So we saw that unfold, and I know that we all came into this off season and then training camp with the anticipation of everybody being healthy. The unfortunate truth is there's no 100% health, right? And it's really going to be um, a test of wheels throughout this season, right? Your Super Bowl winner, um, your Super Bowl winner and those who participate in the Super Bowl really comes down to a team who has sustained health. That's really the truth. A team whose main guys can be the healthiest for the duration of a season and playoff. That's who typically makes it to a Super Bowl. And so I think that having these injuries that we have early um, could be beneficial long term. Now, you guys maybe say, Belanger, that makes no sense. Well, that gets me to the second thing I've learned. The second thing I've learned is that although your depth will never have the level of talent that your starters have, it's better to have quality depth, such as the Ravens have, right? Marlon Humphrey, depending on who is talking about him, is a top five corner, no less than a top 10 corner. And he goes down this week. And so now you're looking at who is, quote unquote, the next man up. Is it Kevin Seymour? Will it be Brandon Stevens? Is Rock Ya-Sin going to get back? He's another guy I didn't mention in the injury section. Is Rock Ya-Sin going to get back? Is JAD going to get back? And so we have this, these injuries at a position that's vital. And so But having guys, veteran guys who are gritty, who will fight you, who will compete, like a Daryl Worley, a Kevin Seymour, now the new addition, Ronald Darby, I think that that can help us sustain some consistency until starters get healthy and get back. I don't want them just to be able to get back on the field. Speaking of Marlon Humphrey and Rocket Sin and JAD, I want them to be able to get back on the field and have sustained health. So having this depth be tested early is going to be beneficial for the Baltimore Ravens. And I think it's even more beneficial to have these injuries in the off season so that these guys are preparing as starters. Okay, so I think that's the second thing that I noticed or I've learned over the last week or so with all these moving parts that the Baltimore Ravens have had. A third thing I've noticed is that the Baltimore Ravens are going to have to lean on their elite groupings. What do I mean by elite groupings? I believe with no doubt in my mind that the Baltimore Ravens have three uh, number one group sets. Okay. The first group I think that is at the top of the entire NFL is the tight end group. Now, when I say this, this is not to say that Mark Andrews is the best tight end in the league. If he's not, he's right behind Travis Kelsey. But the collection of talent that the Baltimore Ravens have and can use at that tight end position is the best in the league. Mark Andrews is a top notch tight end. Isaiah Likely, he has starter potential. He does. He has a level of athleticism and speed and hands and the ability to get open that rivals Mark Andrews. Now, let's be clear. I'm not saying he's Mark Andrews, but I'm saying his skill set rivals Mark Andrews. Okay. And then with Charlie Kolar, we don't know his full potential yet because last year was full of injury for him. But we have seen flashes. We have heard some good things about Charlie Kolar. And I think with given the opportunity, he'll prove his talent um, or potential uh, valid. Okay. So I think we have the best tight end grouping. When we jump to the defensive side of the ball, I think we have the best interior linebacker grouping. With Roquan and Patrick Queen together, they are the best tandem in the league. And then when you look at backups like a Malik Harrison, who can play outside at times, but he plays interior and he's an elite special teams player. Then you add Deshaun Phillips, who is a solid backup from what we can tell, and then you add an unknown like a Trenton Simpson, who is certainly talented. Right, he's certainly going to be on this roster, but because of injury, we have not been able to see all that he can do. But everything we saw from him in college and the little bit that we've heard about him in off-season workout, his talent is top notch. Elite level speed for a linebacker, has an ability to rush the passer, and has some coverage skill. And so I think that that collection of talent makes us the best, okay, in the whole league. And then I think we have the best safety group in the entire league. Marcus Williams is the best safety never to have had a Pro Bowl nomination, meaning selection, not a nomination, excuse me. I think he is. He has elite range. Um, he makes plays on the ball. He is certainly a ball hawk. And barring injury last year, he's a Pro Bowler. He started the season so well and then got injured. Kyle Hamilton, he is knocking on the door to a Pro Bowl selection right now. Now I know some people came at me when I said he's a top 10 safety. I may have said top 5. I can't remember which one I said, but I had him at the very top of the league. And some people came at me and said, "Man, you crazy." But the fact of the matter is, when you watch Kyle Hamilton play last year, okay, he played like a top safety in the league. And with his size, his length, his speed, I think that you're going to see another level of play from Kyle Hamilton, because now he's not a rookie. He's not trying to learn um, how to play at the NFL. He already knows how to play at the NFL. So now you can teach and train, and that experience is just going to make him even a better player. And so when you put those two guys together, that's a top notch group. But when you look at a Brandon Stevens, who started out as a safety in this league and played very well for the Baltimore Ravens, he's a solid backup who could step in as a starter if called upon. And then when you look at a guy like a Geno Stone, who probably could have got some money from another team because he's played well when he's had an opportunity. He makes plays, making big hits, and finds himself around the ball a lot. Um, I think that makes us the best safety group in the league, meaning the whole collection of talent. And so I think that we're going to have to lean on that group while some of the starters are out and or getting healthy. And so that's the second thing that I've learned with all that has gone on thus far in off season and in training camp. Um, Another thing, the bonus that I've learned is that the offense is going to be a continual growth and development process. Okay. Lamar Jackson is an elite quarterback. There's no question about that. Uh, they're going to suffer some growing pains, as we've seen in um, practices and things like that. But I think that around week 4 or 5, we're going to really see what this offense really becomes. I really believe that because of the lack of live game action in the preseason, it's going to take the first 4 weeks to work out all the kinks to see how this offense responds to full game live defense, where defenders are really coming to hit you. They're really coming to take you down. They're really coming to sack your quarterback. And so that's the things that I've learned thus far. Let me know, man, what you guys have learned. Okay. I really appreciate you guys sticking it out with the GM, man. Those of you who check out the videos on a daily basis. I know that sometimes we don't do things in a conventional way, but that's what makes us us. Okay. It's real easy to just take a report and read it and respond to it. It's real easy just to say what other people have said, but to be authentic in what you think, what I'm saying, creates an opportunity for you guys to engage with the GM in an authentic way. If I just came and told you everything was great and everything was ice cream and cake and sunshine, you know, um, you guys would think I'm crazy. Be like, dude, you don't really see what's happening. So when I give an authentic assessment, um, I think there is a level of appreciation for authenticity, even when you disagree. So, man, I appreciate you guys for rocking with us, man. I'm super, super excited about the season. I really can't wait for it to start, man. So that there is real news to report, right? So we're not just saying the same thing, because every channel at that point will become unique to itself, because your game assessment will be unique to your channel, your predictions for the week, your standouts, all those kind of things will be unique to each individual Ravens channel. And so I'm excited, man, for that to unfold. So listen, I'm your guy Boulanger. This is the GM, and we're out. Oh, by the way, stay tuned for position battles, roster battles. Those videos will be coming out all the way up until Monday, because we want to assess who took the lead in those important position battles. Thank you.